Yeah. Let me tell you, I ain't perfect. These other rappers lie to you in verses. I show the fans my heart, not the surface. My whole life a circus.
Muddy mo, muddy mo, whoa, muddy mo, muddy mo. Ding! What's up, crypto world? It's your boy Muddy Mo, aka the King of Minnows, aka the Dapp White Paper Gaw, and this is Crypto Dap Yap. Alright, so today we're gonna be talking about Frag Tycoon and Frag Hex, two smart contracts that's in the Frag ecosystem. Alright, but before we get off into that, man, you already know, man, it's Muddy Mo, the King of Minnows, man. I gotta have my Minnow minute. Minnows, the only thing that's constant in this world, especially in dApps and DeFi, is change. Alright, things change, people change, feelings change too. Everything changes, and as we know, this world is prone to change, and as we especially know, the smart contract dApp and DeFi space is prone to change. Alright, we gotta roll with the punches and be flexible. Smart contracts in the decentralized application space has come a long way fast. Alright, it started with ETH contracts, and that really hurt, but now as the smart contract space is becoming more stable with more trustable devs, it's just getting better and better. So Minnows, make sure that we are always prepared for change. All right, the only thing that's constant in the dApp and DeFi space is change. All right, y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Bing! All right, so let's jump right off into this, man. What is Frag Tycoon? All right, so Frag Tycoon is essentially a sophisticated ROI smart contract game. All right, so what does that mean? So basically what that is you have players that deposit their crypto onto a smart contract, and you get daily dividends or a daily small drip of whatever that dividend pool is based on how many tokens you hold, simply put. All right, so Frag Tycoon is a sophisticated version of that. It does a good job, and I'll go into that in just a moment. Now, what is Frag Hex? Alright, so Frag Hex is not dealing with the Hex token, Richard Hart's Hex token, at all. Alright, so for those of you who thought that, it's not. What Frag Hex is essentially it's an airdrop. Alright, so Frag token, when it first started, gave waves of airdrops just for signing up. Now this is a more complex way of doing an airdrop, but all it is a wave of an airdrop. So eventually, Frag Hex is going to come to an end, and I'll get into the specifics about that in just a moment. But ultimately, Frag Hex is a mix of Richard Hart's AA lobby concept and basically a Tron pool that buys Frag. So let's take a deeper look into Frag Hex. Bing! Alright, so before we jump off into Frag Hex, man, this is the Frag platform. You already know, man, Muddy Mo's World of Crypto. I already talked about this before, but it's gotten more in depth now. So it has a lot of different games and a lot of different things to do, and a lot of ways to keep Frag within this platform, which is fire. That's definitely a Muddy Mo. Bing! Alright, so let's talk about Frag Hex. Let me talk about Frag first. So Frag is a deflationary token. What that means is every time there's a transaction that's stealing Frag, it burns a certain percentage of Frag into the abyss. Alright, so what that essentially means is there's a less and less supply of Frag tokens. Alright, so that's Frag. Initially, when it first started out, it was just giving an airdrop away. So basically it was like, as long as you sign up, you can get some Frag tokens. So you was dummy like Muddy Mo, you sold. Because I was in a couple of those airdrops, and I don't have none of that to show for. But anyway, so Frag Hex is the fifth part of that airdrop. Alright, so overall, it started, they were going to airdrop 8 million total frags, and in this wave 5, this last airdrop, they're gonna have 1.6. All right, what does that mean, people? That means that this is a short-term contract. All right, it's just really building a frag ecosystem, and it's really just a way to get rid of those extra frag tokens that they had from the initial airdrop. All right, but it's a nice way to do it, and it's a mixture of Richard Hart's AA lobby with staking. And it's also basically a Tron deposit where you can get some frags from that, depending on how much you have here. Alright, so now this is important. This is important to know about Frag Hex. 200,000 frag per week. Alright, 20,000 of those 200,000, so 10%, 20,000 of those frags are going to the Frag AA lobby staking model. Alright, 20,000. 180,000, so 90%. Is going to be going into basically spending your Tron for frag. All right, So you have your estimated reward here. Your estimated reward is going to always go down because people are putting more and more Tron into this deposit. All right. One thing to note: there's no withdrawing here. So if you deposit your Tron into this Tron deposit here, there's no withdrawing. Each session is just 1 week. So each round is just timed out to be 1 week. So 180K is going to be going up here to the Tron deposit portion of Frag Hex. All right, now let's talk about the staking real quick. So if you have frags, this is just really it's just a faster frag box. That's all it is. So it's just a faster way to get more frags. So I put a couple light freezes in just to see what happens, and I put it for the longest extent of time. And you'll have 3 options. You have options doing 60 days, 120 days, or 180 days. All right, so I did these on 180 days. I just wanted to see what was gonna happen. So this is what I'm getting as an estimated weekly frag. Now to jump back up to the Tron section, it evens out. Doing the math, after I did the math of how much it costs to go into the Frag Dex and to buy here in Frag Hex, it's about even for putting your Tron here. So you might as well put it up here. Now, a lot of y'all might be asking that question, Muddy Mo. Hey, bro, when I put my Tron in here, what are they doing? Are the devs just keeping it? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? All right, so this is dope. So this is what they're doing with the Tron. So 50% of the Tron that they get in the Frag Hex that you pay here to get your frags, half of that is going to Tron Prime. All right, that's the site working together, man. I like that, man. So that definitely gets some money more. Bing! That's fire. All right. Now the other half, the other 50% is going to the Tron team. All right. Basically, 25% of whatever Tron comes in here is going to be burned. That's basically burning more frag. All right. So 400,000 frags are going to be burned after this all said and done. Then another 25% is going to be split between Frag Box, Frag Bonds, Frag FOMO, and Frag Tycoon. Alright, so that is Frag Hex, man. Link is in the description below if you're interested in Frag Hex. It's a limited time only, so make sure you get in this soon if you want to get some extra frag tokens. Alright, y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Bing! Now, let's talk about what we all came here for. We want to hear about Frag Tycoon. Frag Tycoon, alright? So Frag Tycoon is essentially a sophisticated daily game, or some people call it RI game. Now, some people say it's similar to the Bankroll's Daily Plus game. I would say a little bit. It does have a lot of similarities, but there are some core differences that make Frag Tycoon a little bit different, alright? So now, you have options of different plants to buy. Alright, so I bought the cheapest plant. Y'all know, man, Money Mo kicking the Minnows. Bro! So I bought the cheapest plant. It costs 500 frag to get this plant. It's the waste plant. Alright. Once you first come in here, you have an option of buying different plants. Alright. They all come with a different frag price to buy. However, one of the most important things to pay attention to is going to be the factory upkeep. Alright. So with Frag Tycoon, yes, you can get daily deals from frags, but you're going to have to be working and reinvesting every day and basically upkeeping this factory that you buy, whatever factory you buy every day. That's the name of the game. It even says here, every factory slowly loses efficiency over time, which lowers its frag earnings. All right, so your earnings each day, what you get in dividends, is just going to go down and down if you don't upkeep your factory. So if you don't reinvest. Now, to reinvest, you have a couple different options. You can either do frag or you can pay with Tron, and that Tron price is whatever the price of frag is at that moment. All right. Now, when you do buy your factory, what is the prices? All right, how much does it cost? So initially, it's going to be taking half of your deposit, or half of your deposit, whatever factory you buy, half of that is charged in the fee. All right. Now, 40% of that fee feeds the div pool for everybody of frags for Frag Tycoon. Alright, so it just feeds the div pool. We're familiar with that. The div pool for Frag Tycoon, just like everything else, just like Daily Plus and some other games, it's a 1% drip. So it's a slow drip from that daily pool. Alright, so that's where you're getting your dividends from. Alright. Of the remaining 10%, 5% goes to the instant dividend pool. So people get instant divs depending on what factory you have and your upkeep of it. And you have 2% referral rewards and 3% to bonds. Alright, and I like that because bonds is a dope way to get some frag over time too. Now, this is not a jump in fast and I'm a ROI in 3 days. All you guys who want to make your ROI in a week, this is not that kind of ROI game. Alright, this is a war of attrition. All right, who can stay with this the longest? All right, who gonna come back every day and keep their factory going so that they don't lose deals? All right, because essentially over time, if you don't upkeep this factory, you dead, you're done. All right, it's gonna keep going down. Make sure when you do buy your factory that you take into account that you're not just buying the factory, you're buying the upkeep of that factory. It's just like buying a car, all right? It's all about the upkeep too, all right? You're not just thinking about the price you're paying for it. You're thinking about the price it's going to take to keep that car rolling and on the road, all right? Now, down here is your factory value. So how much, if you were to sell your factory today, after all you've done with your upkeep and everything, if you just wanted to sell, that's how much you would get. Now, if people sell their factories, the value of your estimated divs or the value of your factory should go up, all right? One thing about Frag Tycoon, there's not a lot of different types of factories or not a lot of different price ranges of frags factories you can get. And overall, Frag Tycoon is a great project because it's holding frags and it's going to be increasing the price of frags over time, just because the frags are going to be held in this contract. All right, so it's just increasing the value of frag tokens. That's all it's doing. All right, yeah, y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Bing. Alright, so let's talk about some tips and some strategies to both Frag Hex and Frag Tycoon. Alright, first off, one tip could be, make sure you diversify. Frag has a lot of different kind of contracts and a lot of different things you can do to get Frag tokens. So diversify yourself. Make sure you can get frags every day. Alright, just get that drip. Just dividends go here and there and there. Just keep moving around. Alright. So right now, if you have frag just sitting like in a wallet somewhere, like, why not just put your frag into Frag Hex, into the staking? Now, the staking portion of it, or the AA lobby portion of it, is only giving 20,000 frag per week. All right, so I mean that's not a lot. And as more people stake their frag, your frag is gonna go down. But why not get some extra frag? All right, it's an airdrop. Now, another tip: if you're gonna be buying frag, like out of the frag decks, while Frag Hex is going, you're dumb. Alright, don't do that. Alright, you might as well put it into Frag Hex while it's lasting. It's only going to be 6 weeks. You might as well put your Tron into Frag Hex and just wait, unless you need it right now. But most likely you're going to be getting a little bit more if you put it into Frag Hex, because 180,000 frags per week will be given for it as a dividend pool. But one thing to remember about Frag Hex is that it's going away. Alright, so it's limited time only. Alright. Like, I don't eat it no more, but just like the McRib at McDonald's. It's limited time only, man. Gotta get it where you can, man. Get it while it's hot. Alright. Alright, so let's talk about some tips and strategies for Frag Tycoon. Alright. Before you buy your factory, alright, now using that link in the description below, hit that link. And while you're thinking about buying, alright, you have to consider factory upkeep, because Frag Tycoon is all about upkeeping every day, upkeeping it, or as often as you can, upkeeping, keeping your dividends high. All right, so that's what you need to concern yourself with when going into Frag Tycoon, and you have to think of it like it's going to be like 2-3 months from now before you recoup from that. All right, now also on Frag Tycoon, one strategy could be is that you every day you just keep upkeeping, and you wait until your daily frag dividends. Just say it costs me 10 frag to upkeep my factory. All right, every day. If I have 11 frag as a daily dividend, then I've made more than my upkeep. So I'll probably upkeep that 10 back, and I got one that I'm gonna save. All right, so just a tip and strategy. Now let's talk about what Muddy Mo doesn't like about Frag Hex and Frag Tycoon. All right, the one thing Muddy Mo does not like about Frag Hex is that it ends, and that sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Like, oh, okay, airdrop, that's cool, it's over. And Frag Tycoon, the one thing that's like really is a bugaboo, and especially because I'm Muddy Mo, man, the king of Minnows. The limitations on Frag Tycoon really sucks. I would rather us have more factory options so we can spend a little bit less frag, maybe even more, some in between. And the biggest thing to me is having more options on how you're going to upkeep your factory. So the limits in Frag Tycoon is like a big Money don't like that. And it really makes things kind of unaffordable for Minnows. And that's my crowd. Alright, so now let's talk about what Muddy Mo likes about these platforms. Alright, The first thing Money Mo likes is that Frag Hex. It's a good way to give frag away, right? So you got that last 1.6 million frag they got to give away. They want to give away. That it's a good way to do that, and it helps the frag platform. What do I mean by that? It helps Tron Prime. It helps Buying Box. It helps Frag Box. It helps all these different contracts that they got going into each other. It helps everything in frag. All right, that's definitely a Money Mo. Bing. Now, Frag Tycoon. What Money Mo likes about Frag Tycoon is that it gives more daily frag over time. All right, so after you've been diligent and back and forth on upkeeping your factory in Frag Tycoon, you will be getting some daily frag, and you will be happy because the price of frag is probably going to go up. So yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. You help. All right, it's a holding game. It's a war of attrition. All right, so that's definitely a Money Mo. Bing. And last but not least, I like the fact that the frag platform is still evolving. Now, some of the contracts don't look as original. I will say that. We're going to see a lot of super original stuff. So, but overall, it's an evolving platform, and I think it's really, really dope, man. I think it's good to be in. Money Mo's in it. So, get in with Money Mo. Link in the description below. All right? Y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Bing! All right, so that was Crypto Dap Yap, Frag Tycoon, and Frag Hex, the full breakdown. All right. So we started off the video, man. Money Mo having my Money Mo Minnow minute, man. Telling my minnows the only thing that's constant in DApp and DeFi is change. All right. So things are always gonna change. Just be ready for it. All right. Then we went into a full description on Frag Hex. Then we went to a full description on Frag Tycoon, and we ended up talking about some tips and some strategies, and what Money Mo likes and what Money Mo dislikes about both Frag Hex and Frag Tycoon. Alright? The links are in the description below if you're interested in either of these platforms. Alright? Y'all want to hear more? Stay tuned. Bing! Alright, so you have just experienced Crypto Dap Yap. Alright? Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe, man. Make sure you hit that bell. Alright? Also, make sure y'all check me out, Money Mo World of Crypto, on YouTube, Library, and Telegram. And also check me out on Twitter at Muddy_Mo. Alright? If you're interested in any of these platforms, the link is in the description below. Y'all want to hear more? Check out the next video. Bing!